Our third goal today will be matrix multiplication only by scalars. Scalars are numbers or variables that you can multiply by a matrix, and it must be multiplied by each element of the matrix. For example, if I decide that I want to multiply -2 by this matrix, which is a 3 by 2, 3 rows by 2 columns, then I would multiply -2 by each element in the matrix, similar to the distributive property. So -2 times 4 would be -8. -2 times 2, -4. -2 times 1, -2. -2 times -4, 8. -2 times 1 is -2, and -2 times 14 is -28. Scalar multiplication is quite simple, just because most of you are already familiar, very familiar, with the distributive property. Now, what other properties hold true just as if we were working with the real numbers? First of all, we've discussed just now the distributive property, that any scalar, we will call it K, can be multiplied by matrix A, matrix B, and it is equivalent to doing it, the multiplication, to each one separately, as if they were multiplied here first and then added. Here they are added and then multiplied by the scalar. 2, the associative property. You can complete grouping and add A and B first and last add to C, or you can hold C for a moment and hold A for a moment and add B and C. You will get the equivalent answer, just like the associative property in real numbers. The commutative property is about order. If you would like to add the matrices A then B, that is perfectly equivalent to B being added to A. The associative property, the distributive property, and the commutative property as it applies to adding of matrices. One of the most common uses, though, for matrices is to organize data. So we will talk about a real-life example involving sales of different types of trees, walnut, pine, and cherry, and store them in a matrix. It makes it very nice when you can create a matrix if you are selling small versus large trees of the type walnut, pine, and cherry. You can store the data in a matrix and then use the matrix for many different things. For example, if you wanted to double your sales next year and make a new sales goal, you could double this matrix by multiplying it by the scalar factor of 2. If you wanted to know what your income was, you could multiply it by the price of each one of the different types of trees and sizes, and you would quickly arrive at your income for this particular sales. I like to think of it as almost an Excel spreadsheet, which is a really common used and very effective application